90% of traders lose 90% of their capital within 90 days. But this has nothing to do with their trading strategy. It's because their brain is working against them. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how elite traders think differently and how to rewire your mind to think just like them. I had a client called Tom. He blew $36,000 on funded challenges and new trading strategy education. Every time he blew a new funded challenge, he went seeking for new answers in a new trading community, a new mentor. If you've ever experienced anything like this, I want you to let me know in the comments below. Now, Tom was stuck in this cycle until I showed him exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. Tom is now in full control, steadily pulling profits from the market with multiple six figures in funding. So what is it I showed Tom? Now, most traders, 99% of traders think X. They're stuck in this box over here. Whereas elite traders have learned to think a little bit differently, and they're thinking about box Y. This is where the 1% of elite traders are. These are the traders that are consistently pulling money out the market with multiple six figures of funding, whereas most traders are stuck here, never scaling their accounts past $10,000 in the boom and bust cycle, inconsistent, stressed, and throwing money at the market with no return. Now, I personally became obsessed about figuring out what's the difference between X and Y, and I'm going to show you that in this video. Traders, it has everything to do with how you approach your decision making just before you take a trade. Most traders are constantly influenced by external factors. This means their decision making in the market at that point in time is influenced by their own psychology, it's influenced by their mentor, it's influenced by the argument they've had in their relationship with their spouse, it's influenced by the fact that they have only $100 left in their bank account and they need to make money trading right now. It's influenced by what they think the market's going to do. They're constantly trapped because they're influenced by external factors. Because when they're influenced by external factors, their judgment is clouded. And then when they come into the market to trade, they are trading based on how they feel. If they're feeling really, really good and they've had a great day and they've had a great time with their spouse, maybe they've just got a paycheck from work, they're feeling really good, they've just finished in the gym, maybe they've had a coffee, right? What's going to happen is they're going to be incredibly elated approaching the market. And they're going to come into the market with rose-colored glasses on, thinking there's more opportunity to grab than what there really is. And they're going to start forcing low-quality setups onto the market. And because they're influenced by these external factors, that's affecting the way they trade. Or they could have had a horrible day at work. They didn't follow through with their training that morning and their goal setting to go to the gym. And they're feeling depressed, they're feeling deflated. And then they come into the market with this lack mentality. And because of fear and because of this lack mentality and feeling depressed, they're not executing when the market's really presenting opportunities to them. So these traders are stuck trading based on how they feel, influenced by external factors. And that means they can never have consistent profitability because the way you feel changes day to day and external factors change day to day. So how can you come to the market and consistently execute your strategy if you feel different every day? You can't. This is why most traders, 99% of traders, those who haven't learned to manage their psychology and external factors, are stuck with inconsistent results, never breaking past $10,000 in funding. The other thing that happens here is if the trader comes to the market, they're trading based on how they feel, they take a win in the market, guess what happens? They feel even more happy, even more elated, even more overconfident. And then they come to the market the next day, or they stay at their screen when they should have turned off their computer, and they trade even more because they feel invincible. And they think the market's just going to continue to pay them and pay them and pay them. And guess what they do? They give their profits back to the market. Or a trader takes a loss that trading day because they're trading based on how they feel, and they're sad and depressed. And they're lacking confidence, they're underconfident, right? And then what happens is that trading day now influences their relationships, it influences how they see the world, influences their mental health. And they come to the markets the next day, the cycle repeats, and guess what happens? They're now too scared to execute because they don't want to relive the previous day's loss. They're scared of that. So these traders are constantly stuck, influenced by external factors that will never achieve consistent profitability. This is exactly where Tom was before I taught him how to flip a switch in his mind and change the way he approaches decision making. I'm going to show you that right now. This is how the elite traders think. They're managing external factors. They're not influenced by external factors. They have mastery over their psychology. They don't let external factors impact the way they feel or impact the decision making. They know a truth about psychology that nobody can make them feel anything except themselves. And it's not about the external events, it's about the way you perceive external events. And that there's a layer in between the external world and the internal world. And if you have control over your perception, you can have control over the way you view the world. And this is exactly what I teach you in the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool. I show you how to not let external factors influence your trading decisions. So if you don't already have that free course, that free tool, go into the description right now and download that. It's completely free and it will completely shift the way you make decisions as a trader, from inconsistent decisions to consistent decisions. This is your pathway to consistent profitability by using that tool. Because then what happens when you're managing external factors, you come to the market with a clear judgment. You no longer have a clouded judgment based on how you feel, and you trade your plan. You don't trade what you think. You don't trade based on how you feel. You trade your plan. You ask yourself, does the market align with my trading plan or not? And if it does, you take it. This is what the Bulletproof Mindset tool helps you do. And then you're going into the trade without expectations because you're not trading based on how you feel. So the outcome of the trade doesn't matter. Because the only reason the outcome of the trade is painful and the only reason the outcome of the trade matters is because going into that trade, you were expecting something from the market. And the only reason losses are painful and you're impacted by a loss in the market is because you were expecting a win before that trade. And you wanted something from the market that the market wasn't willing to give you. So when you shift your thinking to how the elite traders think and how Tom shifted his thinking, you can now come into the market free of expectations, free of judgment, trade your plan, and irrespective of what happens in the market, irrespective of the outcome, you repeat this cycle. You come back the next day, clear judgment, free of expectations, you trade your plan, irrespective of the outcome, unfazed. You come back, and guess what this allows you to do? This consistent execution of your trading plan is what leads to consistent profitability. And because you're unfazed by the outcome, guess what? You can now scale past 10,000. You can manage 100,000 easy, 300,000 easy, 500,000 easy, a million easy. It doesn't matter. Okay? Because the outcome of the trade doesn't matter. What matters is you ask yourself at the end of the day, did I come to the market with clear judgment and stick to my trading plan today? If yes, great. It was a great trading day, irrespective of the outcome. This is exactly what the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool helps you do. Now, if this is helping, make sure you click the like button. It'll tell YouTube this is valuable content. Now, when Tom finally made this switch, it took him 3-4 weeks to embody this thinking. It didn't take long. He saw results immediately. Because when you change the way you approach the market, you change your actions, you stick to your trading plan, and you just let the larger sample space play out. Now, let me show you something really cool. This is what happens when you broaden your perspective. Most traders, which I've highlighted in the gray, circled in the gray, they focus on the individual trade. Let's imagine this is a larger sample space of trades, all these trades here. Traders that are inconsistent, 99% of traders, what they do is they're thinking about the outcome of the individual trade. So if that individual trade was a win, 4R, great, they're really elated, right? And they come back to the next trading day or that trading day greedy and they want more from the market. And then when they experience an inevitable loss based on your sample space, where you're gonna win and lose as a trader, they're really depressed and now they're fearful. This is what happens if you focus just on the individual outcome of the trade. But if you start thinking like the elite traders, like I just showed you with those diagrams, and you, instead of thinking about the outcome of one trade, you think about the outcome of 10 trades, and you put them all into perspective, what you realize is that this current win is just compensating for future losses in the sample space. And this current loss is just making up for a past win. So to get elated over this current win and to get depressed over this current loss is foolish because you're thinking too short term. When you put it all into perspective, you realize that your true results are the end of the sample space. In this example, plus 5R. That's the true results. These here are just oscillations, ups and downs, part of the larger sample space playing out. So the amateur trader that stays inconsistent, they go on the boom and bust cycle. They get really, really happy when they win, really, really depressed when they lose. Really, really happy when they win, really, really depressed when they lose. And they're influenced by external factors. They're run by the market. Whereas the elite trader, what they do is they extract the center point. They think in terms of a broader perspective. They put it all into perspective. And instead of getting up and down, they have more of a stable journey where they just stick to their trading plan and they're in process-based thinking. This is exactly what I taught Tom It completely transformed his trading. It's exactly the way the elite traders think. If this video opened your eyes, share it with a trader that you know needs to hear it.